Hey guys, happy Monday. It is Ryan. You know me from Feathers Elite. It's the Monday night virtual Feathers Elite family show where we talk everything and anything to do with pigeon racing, pigeons, pigeon racing, pigeons, more pigeons, pigeon racing, and hell, if you don't even want to talk about pigeon racing, you want to pick about something else, we can do that as well. The key to this show is if you participate. So get your typing fingers ready. You keyboard warriors, get ready. Remember, you can fling a lot of shit. You can burn me with a cigar. I'm invincible. I am steel. I was built to do this. Hey guys, in about 5 seconds, the blah blah blah, the Monday night show will start. In five, four, three, two, one. Bennett. Whoa, see that? We're back already. It wasn't that long. It didn't take too long. Welcome guys to the Monday night family show where we talk pigeon racing. So make sure you get off your butts and do some typing. If you have pigeon questions, ask. We will try and answer them the best we can. And the great thing is, if we can't answer this, maybe someone on the show can, because you never know who is watching. We always get a lot of pigeon celebrities watching. And tonight, yes, we still have the superstar, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Ricky Seven. He is in the house with us this evening, and he will be there. He is. He's in Berlaar, Belgium. As you see, it is awful dark there, being at midnight in Belgium. Ricky, good evening.
Yep, good evening. Yes, it's very dark and it's very wet tonight. Raining like buckets.
That's good for the coccidiosis.
But
Yeah, there's
we,
lots of rain, eh?
oh yeah, lots of rain.
Good.
But
It's one thing about rain. It's good for breaking pigeons, older pigeons. It's good. It's good for breaking pigeons in general. But a lot of guys are, I think they're fair weather flyers. They only like blue skies and then not too much wind and all this stuff. And I find that even in Belgium, there's a lot of guys very, very conservative on the weather. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I still can't understand why everybody's so soft. It's like these things, these pigeons can't do it. These pigeons, people don't even know what a pigeon can do. I don't think people have even pushed a pigeon to the max of its capabilities when putting them, when working with them consistently, respectfully, but pushing them. They will show you stuff that you will just shake your head and go, I cannot believe it. Leah, I know we got some comments. If you want to fire them in, fire
Oh,
away.
yes, we do. And good evening, everyone. This is Leah. I'm sure you recognize my voice from the auctions and from our live from the finish line. Noel Raymond says, good night from Ireland. Good evening to you, friend. Nice to see you back on. Les Gerard says, good evening. Nice to see you on, Les Gerard. Guys, if you have questions this evening, comments, make sure you put them below. Let us know where you are watching from. This show works best when you all participate. I will be here this evening to post up the questions and read them for Ryan or Loft Manager Richard. Henry Ratter, nice to see you. Rhymes with ladder. Says, good evening from Eudora. Nice to see you on, friend. It has been a while. And Michael Peebler, better late than never. Nice to see you on, Michael Peebler. That's it for the comments now, Ryan. Back to you.
Yeah, Michael Peebler, yes. John Timmerman, trailer park just down the road from his house. You've asked that on a few Wednesday night shows when we have them with John. there is. So if you are planning to go to San Diego to see me in November, I will be there. Just bring your RV, bring your trailer, bring your pickup truck, bring your hey, if it's a moped, if you're hitchhiking, I don't give a shit. There's a trailer park there. And trailer park life, just go into the trailer park, you're always gonna meet new people. That's trailer park life. That's what J Rock told me. You know what I mean? And anyways, getting back to the weather. Ricky, this weekend on Sunday, you got surprised because it was shit weather all Sunday. It was real shit in Belgium, in Berlaar. And they ended up flying a race there at about 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah, they had two races. They had one from Keyrain, and I was surprised to see this heavy overcast, black clouds, no sun at all. And the neighbor Sorrel, it was about 8:35. He's getting birds. They had a race, in the morning, very early in the morning, 8:35. His birds came in, and then we got it was steady rain, and I they don't like it if you let your birds out on a race day, um, but so you don't. And they had the race from Key Rain, and then later in the afternoon there, or let's say after about 11 o'clock, let's say it started raining, steady rain, and they ended up having from Wyoming a race, and he had birds coming in. It was around 4:45 in the afternoon, and yeah.
Uh, well, hey, you know what? That we're not used to that either. You see, at least in Belgium, they got a bit more balls to let them out at 2:30 in the afternoon from 125 miles. They never do that in Canada. Canada, they all think it's going to be dark soon. Oh my God, he let them out. Oh, it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark in 7 hours. That's what they do. Now in Belgium, they don't do that. But in Belgium, a bit sensitive. You got to be sensitive. Everywhere in the world is goddamn sensitive. Birds are out. Birds are out. Birds are out. Guys got birds out. You know what? At the end of the day, what's the difference? Think I like this rule. It sounds good. I like it. But if your neighbor's not thinking and he's hungover and he lets the birds out, or hey, it's raining out, I'm going to break some birds. They let some birds out, and then a race goes off, and now you're creating problems for the neighbors and the neighbors I don't know. You know what I say? Fuck it. The winning birds will say, screw it, and they hit. Now, bird 4, 5, and 6, they were never winning. They're going to do this shit. They're going to do it because they're not focused. But everywhere there's different rules and there's different little bullshit you have to pick up on. Now, Leah, comments coming in. Leah, back to you.
I'm going to get to the comments here in a moment, but I did actually look up the rule with the KBD. I did some research on the rule about letting your birds out on race day. And while it's not a Belgian government rule, it is a KBDB rule that you're not to be letting your birds out to law fly on a race day. And if you do let them out on a race day, you will, and somebody reports you, which in the area that we are in, because it is such a highly concentrated area in Belgium, and because there's so much competition there, they absolutely will report you. And if you do get reported, you can face a suspension, you can face being kicked out of the club, you can get your flying abilities taken away for the year. So while I do completely understand what you're saying, Ryan, unfortunately or fortunately, it is a KBDB rule in Belgium that you are not to let your birds out to law fly on a race day. So I just thought I'd add that because it is absolutely a rule. It's not made up. It's in the KBDB rules. We're going to get to Noel Raymond, who said, what did you say here, Ryan? He says, well, Ryan, flying into Cork City on any given day. Weather-wise, it's one of the hardest cities in Europe to fly into, with headwinds week in and week out. Now, Noel, of course, is in Ireland, Ryan, and I believe you've been to
Mhm.
Ireland, and I'm pretty sure you can understand that coming from Noel Raymond's perspective.
I don't know what we're talking about. It's headwinds, right? If you're always in headwinds, if you always learn to ride the bicycle up the hill, you're always riding up the hill. Does the pigeon know any different? I don't know. The ones that are good at riding up the hill ride up the hill faster than the other ones. I get
I,
you.
I know last week, training Lars, the birds, we had 3 days with headwinds. Headwinds were 15 to 30 kilometer headwinds. 30 kilometers is what, about 18 mile an hour headwind. And actually, I was quite happy for a headwind. I think it's good. It helps produce more muscle. It's good. You know, I say to Lars, so we're training at 65 miles. I go 65 miles every day, and now we get a 20 mile an hour headwind. So now we actually, the way I look at it, we trained 85, 90 miles. So it's good to put a bird in a headwind.
You know, it same thing. I was speaking with Lars today. The birds went back onto the road today. They were off on Sunday. They were off on Monday. Oh no, they're off on. Well, if they did the race Saturday, they were off on Sunday to go back on the road today. And today, I find the performances typically very, I call it shit. Not shit. They feel good, right? They power charge. They're loaded up. They're just, they want to go. Today, they want to go. And the results in training, it don't matter if you do them in fours and sixes and tens, the results are terrible. And, we're talking, and Lars goes, boy, they've been here. They've been here. They've been here. I don't understand it. And I said to Lars, and I said, well, this week when they come home from the race, right? They're going to come home and we're going to basket them on Saturday evening. We're going to take them 10 kilometers all in a group. After the race, take them. Let them go. Let them all come home. They're all going to come home from 10 kilometers and they're going to come in. And on Monday or on Sunday, take them 50 kilometers or 10 kilometers or 20, and they'll come home again, all in a group. Just build up the confidence right away. Don't let them get rusty and overcharged, because I believe the more they sit, they get more rusty and they get a little more playful. And you've seen it today in the training. One out of, what was it? One out of four groups fired. The other ones were da dee 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 da. And that's
They were
okay because they're charged.
one group, I believe, did it in an hour and 20 minutes. Was training in groups of four, every 15 minutes apart. But today it was very, very overcast. The ceiling was very low. It was almost looking like it was going to be fog. The visibility, it said on the phone it was 16 kilometer visibility, but I think it was more like 3 kilometers. So they were definitely not let go in any kind of an ideal situation, but they came through it no problem. They have to learn those situations,
Yeah, and
right?
they have to
They
look.
always can't have a sunny day, perfect day. I believe you got to put them to those conditions.
Yeah, and I do want to mention before Leah comes on, she got some comments to make. We've got this weekend coming. We're going to Angerville and whatever. I'm going to butcher the name. We're going 355 kilometers in France. We're going there, 220 miles. We're going to open up. We got the pick bird running. There's some picks available. If you pick now, the remaining pick bird, if you put one in, you're going to get a double spin on the Wheel of Fun. So your name will go on twice to win some Pigeon Boss swag. That's while this broadcast is open. So while it's open, go onto our website, featherselitepigeonauctions.com. Go to this week's Pick Bird, pick it to win it. See the birds we've got available. Do your research. There's some damn good birds still available. As we stretch out, as we get a little further, it's going to go back and forth. And the winning bird still hasn't been picked. Back to you, Leah.
We've got the map up there as to the race station for this Saturday's race. As Ryan said, we are stretching them out now, going to Angerville, France, 355 kilometers, 220 miles. Once I get to finish getting the comments here, I do have Lars's race map, where we've been over the last few weeks, where Lafayette Richard trains from, and where we are headed. Our ultimate goal here, our ultimate short-term goal, is to head to the first Old Bird National in Belgium, which is coming up here in the next few weeks. We'll be coming up here in May, which we're in May now. Happy May the 4th, everyone. So I'm going to show that as well, so you guys can see what we mean when we're saying, again, Lars focuses on the long distance, or one-day long distance. And we have said for the last several weeks that, these birds here, they're just to stretch them out. They're just to tune them up. Lars is not a sprint flyer. He is not a short distance flyer. He is not even a middle distance flyer. And that's really what we've been doing the last few weeks. But the goal is to just stretch them out to the national races, which are coming up, the first one in the next few weeks. So go ahead, Ryan, and then I'm going to get to the comments.
Yeah, and we played them. We tuned them up a little bit like sprint pigeons here, playing with the training, the feeding, a little bit of motivation. And if you have long distance pigeons that are built long distance first, they are very, very hard to tune them up in Belgium, where there's professional sprint guys. You're not going to get closer than 7 to 10 minutes off that pace on sprint races. Now we go this week a little bit further still. No reason for us to be there, but we'll put 1/3 of the birds in the top prizes. It's a good weekend. This is a good weekend for those pigeons of Lars's. They're moving up. And again, clocking 10:52, 10:52, 10:55, 10:56, 10:58, 11:03, 11:09, 11:13, 11:13, 11:21, 11:21, 11:23, 11:24. All those birds, bang, 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 bang. We want to see that line, because the line's got to stay the same way as we keep going out further and further. This week, and we get a few more into the prizes. But I had, for fun, to try it. These birds will not do it in sprint racing. And that's not a knock to them. They're just not built like sprinters. Take a look at the wings. Back to you, Leah.
As I get to the comments here, Milton says, aloha, good evening, fanciers. Nice to see you on, Milton. Milton, just to let you know, your hoodie is on the way. Russell Cavender, watching over on YouTube, says, hi, nice to see you on, friend. If you are watching over on YouTube, I have just put up a poll on YouTube, a simple yes or no. Have you started road training your young birds yet? Answer over on our YouTube poll, yes or no. We'll check in the next, I don't know, I'll give it about 10 minutes. See what you guys answer. Just curious to know. Please participate in the poll. Jeff Henderson says, morning from down under. Nice to see you on, Jeff. No, Raymond says, most of our liberations are late afternoon at around 3 o'clock, as we have to wait for the flight path to clear week in and week out. Wow. So in Ireland, their releases are not till the afternoon. Interesting to know. David Tracy says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, David Tracy. Nice to see your loft line. It looks fantastic. And I also hear that you did very well this past weekend in your race. So bravo to you. Jeff Henderson says, our area rule is no birds out after 12 o'clock midday. So in Australia, I guess the club rule or the combine rule is you're not to let the birds out after 12 o'clock midday on race day, Jeff. Is that correct? I believe on race day. Let me know in the comments. Robert Dautre says, did you all move to Belgium? Not all of us, Robert. Not all of us, but some. Noel says, yes, I agree. It makes some super pigeons facing it week in and week out. Of course, we're talking about the headwinds. I believe it's well. And I believe where Lars is located on the course, I believe he also flies against a lot of headwinds. Would that be right? Because of where his loft is situated and where the course is?
I think it's just a mix. I think it's a mixed bag. But again, what have we flown? We've flown two head two headwinds and three tailwinds. But we have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't know this course. I don't know. Normally racing from we normally here in Canada we race from the north, so we would almost be in all headwinds here. But let's see. Uh, we'll see how this season goes for headwinds. That's a great question. At the end of the year, will there be more tailwinds or more headwinds? I think it's going to come out pretty darn equal. But let's wait and see.
But you know what happened to me yesterday? Um, I'm breaking a whole group of one loft birds here. There's about 75 birds, excuse me, that I wanted to get out. And in the last, they've been in and been just in a little fly pen for the last couple weeks. And it's been sunny uh, pretty well every day. And I was saying, I'm going to wait for a rainy day so I can let these. I like to let birds out that I'm trying to stay when it's rainy, and you know they get damp. They like to get out in the rain, and they get a little waterlogged, and they don't get excited to fly. So Alfred Van Zorn, he was here on Sunday, and I guess it was about 11. It started raining pretty steady, and I said, "Gosh, man, look at it! I'm getting rain now. It's just what I wanted. I want some rain." So I let these birds out, and I totally never thought they would have had that race and liberated them in that kind of condition. Now, probably where it wasn't raining, right? So, but it was doing something because they didn't liberate till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30.
Hey,
So
and
I
let me
got
say let me say something. If you were living where Bart Lambrex lives, right? You'd
yeah,
have had
that,
no there would have been no problem. It's just because your dead neighbor is a squirting machine that's an
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
But
So by the way, I looked down the road. Uh, Bart lives 2 minutes from here by bicycle, and I looked down the road. He had about 150 youngsters flying. Big mob there. I said, "Oh yeah, that's this is pigeon heaven here." So he's got his birds out, and it was ideal for me because it was raining. And by the way, I broke all those pigeons when I let them out. I haven't dropped one, so it worked. It worked quite well in the rain. Um, and then I watched. I couldn't believe my eyes. I seen Sorrel is that late in the afternoon. Through the rain, the bird came trapped just like a bullet right to the board. And the next one, about a minute later, right to the board. And then the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh birds, when they came, they were gliding and flapping and doing a couple circles. I mean, when you do a couple circles in a short race, you're out of the game with them. But I didn't have any birds flying. All those youngsters were on the roof there in the loft, just enjoying their bath, But Sorrel came over and gave me a little talking to, and
you've been
Well,
you've been you've been
we're on a
I've been
learning.
you've
We're
been
on a bit of a learning curve.
I've
We're
been
on a
in,
little
I'm in
bit
the
of a
shit.
learning curve right now. We are brand new in this area, flying, racing in this area, and it's an innocent mistake. And we
I
won't make it
totally,
again.
I totally,
believe
I
it or
think,
not.
I think he thought himself that that second race wasn't going to go on. It was going to go on the next day because they will hold them till next day. And with their trailers here, they'll hold them till the next day. They'll hold them for a couple days. They'll hold them for a week if they have to. Not like where we are in Canada. You got your birds all ready to fly on the weekend, and you're ready to go. And if you're shipping on Friday night, going to the club, and then all of a sudden at 5 o'clock they say, "Oh, we've canceled the race because of the bad weather." which I think is totally ridiculous. And one of the reasons is
Mm,
they don't want to pay the driver to stay overnight. But meanwhile, I got my bird set up to fly on the weekend,
all
and
right. Well,
yeah,
hey,
Well,
it
okay,
is
it
what it
is what
is.
it is.
yeah.
Moving on here, Jeff Henderson says, correct, on race day in his fed, they're not to allow, the birds are not to go out law flying after noon. Noel says in his area, it's up to every individual fancier here on race days to keep their birds in. And Graham Moore says Noel must be flying the North Road. I think, Graham, you're in Ireland too, if I'm not mistaken. See, the difference is in Canada, where we originated from, in case you haven't been to Canada, it's a very vast, big country. And even in Ontario, where we used to race, we don't have lofts bang, 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 one after another. They're very spread apart. So if it is a race day and you want to loft fly, it's really not a big deal because you're the next loft who might be competing in that race could be literally far away,
No,
like 30 kilometers away. It could be very far away, so it's not going to interfere. So that's not something that we are used to. I'm not used to it. It doesn't happen in Canada. So we're learning as we go. I do have the map up here, as you see over on my friend Google Earth. Just wanted to show you guys the Lars's track so far. Loft Manager Richard had mentioned Kivran. That is the first race that we did, and that is the training point, the furthest training point, I believe, that Loft Manager Richard has been taking Lars's birds so far for the season. And that was our first race, 106 kilometers, 65 miles from Lars's. Lars is the finish line right here. And then we went to our next race was Noyon, France. And you see our little purple, hopefully you guys can see it in your device, whatever you're watching on, was Noyon, France, which is 206 kilometers, 128 miles. And then this past weekend, we went to, let me blow that up there, Milan, France, 306 kilometers, 190 miles. Now this weekend, we're headed to Angerville, France, which is 355 kilometers, 220 miles. And the main goal here, once we get them nice and stretched out and once it's time for Lars's team to shine, is Borges. That is our first
starting.
national race. Old Bird, pardon me, Ryan?
Middle distance. That's still not even in the 1 day long. Like that's for him. That's where okay, but not real long distance punishment. It goes even further. But this is where we're building to this
And I just want to
so
interject
far.
here. Borges is 498 kilometers and 309 miles. Now, that is the race that Lars, that's really when his game starts. And you might be wondering, well, why haven't you posted any of Lars's official results so far? I don't think it's fair to Lars, seeing as he is not a sprint, short distance, or middle distance flyer, to be putting up his club results or Fed results, or whatever you want to call them, at this stage in the game, because we're not using these races as quote unquote races. We're using to stretch his birds out to get the training going, to get them learning, to go in the basket, to go to the shipping for 2 days, to be let out with thousands and thousands and thousands of birds. We're not focused on he's got to win these races. Am I correct? Or am I
Yeah,
talking out of my
you're right.
ass?
Yeah, longer distance people, a lot of them, they don't even bother to clock them. They just want the birds to go for experience. They don't. They just want the bird to go and just come home. Now, I'm going to say another thing that I believe this weekend is going to be the first young bird race. Um, and those young birds, they're all going on the same trailers as the old birds. So if there's 40 or 50,000, it'll probably be a good 50,000 pigeons this weekend. You got old birds and young birds mixed together.
Yeah, but remember that's for the sprint guys down in Kiev.
Yeah, that's right.
So this race here might be around 25,000, give or take. Now, it's funny. It's funny, but when we talk to different people about pigeon racing in different countries, right? Belgium is the mega country. I'm sorry, but it's going to be. Feelings hurt or not, it's a country that specializes in certain races. It's a country that does all these different things. This is what they do. They live for pigeon racing. I'm sure it's great in China, and it's great in Taiwan, it's great in the Netherlands, it's great in Germany. But at the end of the day, you go to Belgium. That's it. You go to Belgium. I don't give a shit where you're going. When you're in Holland, you go to Belgium. I seen Dutch, move to Belgium. I seen English, move to Belgium. I seen Canadians, move to Belgium. You know what? I don't see a Belgium moving to Mexico. Do you?
We got a fella down the road, probably 2 minutes from here. He moved. Ryan, you know the fella. He came from Norway. He moved his
Hold
whole
on,
life
hold
to
on, hold
Belgium.
on, eh? He's a millionaire. He's a
Yeah,
millionaire. He could have moved anywhere in the world. You know Jan Hoymans? Jan Hoymans built lofts in Belgium. Why they build them? Why they go from Holland to Belgium? Why? Why? Tell me why. Why did the guy from Norway go to Belgium? Why didn't he pick England? Why didn't he pick Ireland, Scotland, the Netherlands? Why didn't he? Why? Tell me why.
he
Come
wants
on.
the competition. That's what it is. The
No,
competition.
no,
He wants
no,
to
no,
really learn
no,
how to fly pigeon.
no. He wants to race on the greatest fucking racetrack in the world.
That's
That's what he
right.
wants. Hold on.
He
I'm
he,
sorry.
he was over here 3 weeks ago. Stopped in for a visit, and he was quite happy. He said he got 40th position, and I believe that liberation was about 35,000 birds. And he got 40th position out of all those birds. And I think, wow, that is a real accomplishment, you know?
That is excellent. That is excellent. Because it
Yeah,
is
he
this, it's
had it.
very, very, very stiff competition. They take it very seriously. There are many that race as a profession, not a hobby. I know there's a comment over on one of our YouTube videos, one of our loft tours, I believe, from Franz and Dirk Morris. And somebody put a comment in like, wow, this guy's so serious. It's not even like it's a hobby for him. It's like it's his career. 100%. It is his career. I'm pretty sure Dirk Morris did have another job, a regular job, left his regular job to focus completely 100% on becoming a professional pigeon racer. And that is absolutely something doable in Belgium. Whereas other parts of the world, I don't know if it's as easy to become a professional pigeon flyer. In Belgium, absolutely 100%. You
Wait,
can do that,
wait.
and it's because
You
the
can.
competition. It's because of the fact that you can fly 4 times a week, different courses, different clubs. You can focus on sprint, you can focus on middle, you can focus on, like, it's just, there's so much opportunity in Belgium for pigeon flyers, I believe. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, the Belgium ring commands the highest dollar. That's the end of it. Why is that? Right? The biggest, Pepa said it, eh? What do they say? We do 43 million a year. Then they don't do that. They don't do that on American rings. They don't do that on UK rings. They sure as hell don't do it on German rings, English rings. They do about 87% of it on Belgian rings. Why is that? Why? Tell me why. I don't know. But you know what? I think wherever you can race in the world, wherever you're lucky enough to live, that's going to be your playground, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with it because I say Belgium's the best, or Dean Pallet says England's the best, or Mike Vanderyak says Canada's the best. Wherever you're playing, it can be the best. You just make it that. Everyone has their own opinion. Sorry about that, Leah. I know there's comments. Back to you.
Actually, no comments. The crowd has gone silent after that little soapbox. Remember, guys, this show works best
It.
when y'all participate. If you have questions about what we're doing, about pigeon racing in general. Have you voted in our poll? Make sure you vote in our poll. If you're watching over on Facebook, you can put it in the comments. Are you road training your young birds yet? Yes or no? Let us know in the comments. Show works best when y'all participate. Ryan, back to you.
Well, I found out interesting information. Benzing chip rings. If you have benzing chip rings from Canada, you can't take them to Belgium and use them. They don't work. Now, to me, I don't know. Again, I got to spend more money on chip rings. I got 500 chip rings. I can't use them. Anybody want chip rings? I'll give them to you. I mean, that to me is a product. And another thing, put pads together and everything corrodes. Know what we're building here. You know what? I like Rolex. Shit that works. Back to you, Leah.
Let me say
No, no,
something.
no, no. Hold on, Hold on. Hold on. I'm sorry. Thomas. Let's go, Thomas. Make the shit so it don't corrode. When I have pads plugged in and I got all the wires hidden in my loft, nice, right? Nice to look good for the cameras. Nice to look good for the cameras. Okay, well, we're taking them all out. All the shit corrodes. Now the shit's no good. Now, you know what I say? We're charging high dollars for shit that corrodes. Boy, oh boy. And sorry, I'm willing to go on Benzing TV and talk about it. Shit that corrodes. Rings that don't work in different countries. Hold on, let's not say the clock isn't the best. It is the best clock. It's the best clock, the best pedigree program. But let's be honest, the shit still corrodes. It's not Rolex. It's not the Rolex of clocks yet. Back to you, Leah.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I would agree. Spending the kind of money that clocking systems go for nowadays, in excess of 3,000, can get up to $4,000. After a couple of years, for the instruments to be corroding when it is an outside kind of thing is a little ridiculous. But hey, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't come for me.
Come for me. If they,
I got
Go
a
if,
question.
ahead.
hey, if they ask me on Benzing TV, right? We're all sitting there. It's all perfect. It's all perfect. I want to see when this pile of shit starts breaking down. Where does it break down first? Well, the chips. We can't use the chips in a different country. That's a breakdown for me. I
Isn't it when
moved.
you want
What?
to buy chips? If you want to buy chips, Benzing chips in Canada, they're shipped from wherever Benzing is. Where are they in? I don't know where they are. Sweden, Norway, or some
Austria.
Denmark? Huh?
Austria.
Austria. They're shipped from Austria to Canada. If you say I need 1,000 chips for clubs, they're shipped from Austria to Canada. If you need them in England, they're shipped from Austria to England.
But
I don't know. A chip is a chip.
apparently, they put a code on it that it won't work in Belgium. Because
There-
why? Because
Yeah, I don't
why?
know.
Why?
I don't know. There's specific
I
chips
don't
for
know.
specific countries. Again, we're on a learning curve here. We just found that out today. So now we have to go out and buy all Belgian chips as it is. And we also have to get our M3 converted over to Belgium because right now it's considered a Canadian clock and they have to convert it to Belgium. Do I know if there's going to be a cost involved in that? I don't know. Probably will be. Get into the comments. Noel Raymond says it's a joke of a system, sadly. And Graham Moore says all the system leads are shit. Out of them all, and I know you guys have run quite a number of different clocks, I would say Benzing so far, in our experience, has been the best. There are some tweaks that could fix a few things here and there, but I'd say out of all of them, it is probably the best system out there.
You know what it is? They make it so they can save $1. They save $1, but they sell it expensive.
Here,
So
you want me to tell
I
you
I,
something? You
I
want me
know
to
I
tell you
know
something? Hold
the
on,
old.
hold on. I can go outside on that loft, right out there. There's pads that have been sitting there for 8 years. But the pads, I got them as a birthday gift in the early 2000s from Unicon. The goddamn pads aren't corroded. Now, is Unicon the Rolex of pigeon clocks? I know we got Benzing TV, we got the drinker cam, we got all this shit. But guess what? The shit corrodes, number one, right? Number two, the rings don't work in different countries. Number three, you take the clock, you buy a clock. This year I'm living in Spain. Next year I'm living in Bulgaria. Hell, I'm going to Kuwait. And then I'm coming back to Belgium. What do I got to do? A clock is a clock. Does a Rolex work anywhere in the world? Does it? I'm trying to figure out if a Rolex works in New York City or if it works in Bangladesh. Does it? It does, but not Benzing. It's not the Rolex of clocks. Hey, Leah,
Yes.
not that one, eh? The Rolex of
But
clocks. They're
the
not
the
that
old
yet.
the old Benzing, the manual clocks, you could get a clock 30 years ago, you know, the one in the wooden box, the
We
one you
got them, yeah.
manually strike
I
it
know.
off,
We
and
got it.
that clock will last you for a lifetime. But now they've made this, they got this new clock, electric, whatever you call it, clocking, and they've made it so they make it so it does screw up. So, and then they put you in a corner where you can't move, you can't go anywhere. You can't use the bands in another country. You can't use the clock in another country.
You
You
know
know,
what?
they
That's the way
force
it
you.
is now. That's the way it is nowadays with everything. It's like a laptop or a computer. After 2 years, things toast. You got to go and rebuy it. It's like a telephone. It's like our cell
Mm,
phones. It's like,
you're
it's
right.
all the same.
You're right.
Okay,
You're
getting
right.
back to
You're
the
right.
comments, the great DDJJ2403 over on YouTube says, I've heard that one loft racing in the Philippines are getting so much bigger, like in China, and 75% came from Pipa. Yeah, it's big in the Philippines. It's also huge in Mexico. I'd love for us to go down to Mexico and then check out racing there. It is absolutely huge in Mexico. But yeah, the Philippines, it is also big in the Philippines as well. Graham Morris says, do any flyers there use GPS rings? Does anybody in Belgium use those GPS rings?
Lars has told me there's a couple of fellows that use them, um, but I don't know anybody personally. There are some people that do use them.
Oh, I don't know. I think when you're a serious pigeon flyer, I don't need to see GPS. GPS will, and again, I hate to say this, it's again another system where you can't see. Hey, I lost a bird today. Can I go look on the GPS? No, the bird's got to come home. So I mean, I don't know. I still think it's a great money grab. I don't think it tells you nothing. I don't know if it's good when you put one of those chips on a bird. I don't know if it screws up with the something in the brain of the pigeon. I don't know. But I'm not interested in playing it. I know birds go, hey, keep rat. Ricky, we know rat to Lars. They can do it between an hour and a half and an hour and 2 minutes, give or take on the wind. Click, 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 click. When they're 2 hours, guess what they did? They went and pissed around. I don't know if they sat on the church, if they flew. I don't know. I don't care to know. All I know is they sure as hell didn't do it right.
Well, like I said the other day, there's from Key Rent to here, they got to pass over. Well, there's 1,450 pigeon flyers in about a 5 mile radius of this house. 1,450. So take that now in a 5 mile radius. I'm going 65 miles. How many lofts do those pigeons fly by to get to this loft from Lars? You know what I mean?
You
It's
flew across
incredible.
75% of whole Belgium.
That's right. Uh,
Yeah. A million birds. Hey, every year they ban 1 million pigeons. Now we know they don't all fly 1 million
I,
pigeons,
I've
but
ta- I've taken those pigeons from Lars. They've done it many times. 65 miles, single toss, single toss. Now, when I'm single tossing, they're usually all around an hour and 25 minutes, an hour and a half. Single, they don't go as well as when you put them in the little group. You know what I mean?
oh, well,
And
they can't.
also,
Single toss pigeons don't pick up no speed.
I know last week, one day, I was single tossing them. It took me 3 hours and 45 minutes sitting there in the field. single tossing them every 10 minutes. And so I single the last bird, and I get in a vehicle, and I heading home, and I'll pass through 20 minutes in that distance, 65 miles of pouring rain. The weather kind of changes here quite a bit. You could be sunny, you let them out. Oh, next thing you're hitting 15 or 20 minutes of pouring rain. And I've said to Lars, I said last week, oh, you know the last bird we let out? I jump in the car, I start driving. Holy shit, I'm driving in pouring rain. All of a sudden it's pouring rain. 15 minutes. I said, holy jumping, that last one's going to have a hell of a time, I think. Nope. Pigeon comes right through like an hour and 25 minutes.
There you go, Leah. You got a comment?
Brandon Jackson over on Facebook says they have a live tracking GPS now, but the guys in my club used it and they just got more confused. No doubt, Brandon Jackson. Sometimes the technology confuses us all. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, listen. Sometimes there's a reason why your wife don't talk to you, right? You can't figure it out why. You don't know. You don't know. You put a tracker on her so you can figure it out. No, let the shit go. You know what? You don't need to know everything. What we know is do the work, put the time in, have the right quality pigeons, and you'll be there at the end. Back to you, Leah.
No, Raymond said I had a passion to race professionally and moved to Turnout in Belgium. But I've left it too late in life and I'm kicking myself. Well, you know what? No, Raymond, not to worry, because this season you can follow us all summer long as we fly the first time ever in Belgium, in the Mecca, in the heartbeat, and in the most concentrated area of flyers, I would say, in all of Belgium, where it's the toughest competition. We are going to try our hand in it. And you, Noel Raymond, and everybody else, you're going to get to follow us along. Our coverage from the loft will start next week. You're going to see some breaking, some training, some loft flying, some highs, some lows, some ups and downs. And hold on, baby Jesus, here we come. Jesus,
Hey,
take the
hey, hey,
wheel, because
hey,
we're going to try
hey,
our best and give you
hey,
guys a
Leah.
show. And just sorry, Ryan, and give everybody the opportunity, all of you, the opportunity to experience what it is like living, racing, breathing Belgian pigeon racing for a summer long. So we hope you do join us for that. It'll be fun. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, hey guys, on the picket to win it. There's I'm looking at the birds that are available. The 426, the 429, the 425, the 401, the 502, and the 885. The 885 and the 502, I definitely be looking at. But there's something about this 429. And if Leah, just on the auction site, if you can just pull up that pigeon and just see the wing on this pigeon, when you get a chance, guys, the 429, I got a good feeling this week's gonna move right up. He got a beautiful wing. Just something. I'm just looking here, thinking about what I would pick, even though maybe you would say the superstars are picked. Still some damn good pigeons. The 885, the 502, and that 429. Let's get them picked, and you get a double spot on wheels. Hey, $20. You put the $20 in. We guarantee you're not going to win 1,000,000. You're not going to win 500,000. You're not going to win 100,000. You're going to have fun. You're going to race some pigeons in Belgium. Noel, you can do it. Forget turnout. You should have moved to Berlar. Back to you, Leah.
Yeah, I do have the photo up there of the 429. Of course, yes, still available for this Saturday's Picket to Win It. $20 could make you holler this Saturday. Join us, of course, live from the finish line. Ryan, myself, Loveridge, Richard, and Lars will be there. Will Lars be there, or has he got another wedding? Is he still doing the Macarena? We're not quite sure. Noel Raymond says, a few use GPS here in Ireland. I think it drives the pigeon mad on the course. Well, and I've heard also that the rings are quite heavy. Are they not? The little chips or the rings that you have to put on them. Didn't we have
No.
some that somebody gave us to like try out or something, and they were heavy?
Yeah, Raymond, he knows his shit. It makes the bird.
Oh, Ryan
Oh,
has just crapped out, but that's okay. It's you and me, loft manager Richard.
hmm.
Where is Ryan? Oh, there he is. He's back. Go ahead, as you were saying.
Yeah, it makes the bird screwed up in the head. I would never do this. I would never do it. People, oh, the 5G and the 17G and all this shit. Now let's stick an electronic, some type of gizmo on their brain made by who? We don't even know who. Nobody's using it. Nobody uses it at racing. It's junk.
I remember Ryan
Oh,
years ago.
oh,
You and I tried the chip the thing there for. Remember, it was a little vest that we had to put on the birds.
yeah,
It was a
pigeon
little
tracker. Pigeon tracker. It went
tractor.
on the back of the pigeon. The pigeon couldn't even fly with the damn thing.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Well,
But
you know
now
what?
they've changed. They put a band. Now I think it's a band. Now they put on, right?
You know what I think?
Hmm.
Right? I think because I watch. I call horse shit. I don't like pre-staged shit. All right, like here at the Hoosier, when we get the birds in, we give them their vaccination and their chip, and then they are placed into the loft. Wait, that's horse shit. Now, Jimmy and Mike, right? The Pope, Mike Gannis, I think they should get all those chip rings, put all the chip rings on, and then we can track that whole pile of shit in Indiana where the shit goes. That's what we could call it. We could get 60 minutes there and we could track it where the shit goes. I think that's what I would do. And I know, and I feel so bad. They got that clown from us, from where is he from? Come on, from where all the $1 million races are. Where is it? Africa. They got that guy there. He's got his zip up coat on. Mike's probing them what to say, getting them lined up. We need that shit on. I think we should put that on. When you're paying out $1 million in bullshit money, right? I think we should need the trackers on that shit. I think we should. And I think Jimmy can do it. Jimmy should do it. Mike and Jimmy and the African, the the Muppet, go for it. I'm for it. Crackers on. Hoosier.
But
Back to you.
Ryan, you got to remember one thing. They
Mm.
can't do it because the truth hurts. The truth
Well, no,
hurts.
no. They can do it. It costs money, and we got to track the birds.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it's not about money. When you're tracking the birds, is Jimmy taking them
Mm.
60 miles? Is Jimmy taking them 100 miles? We
Yeah,
don't know
we
really.
don't know.
But
We
put
don't know.
chips on them. Put chips on them. Then
Hey,
we'll
wait a
know.
minute. Wait a minute. They got a new trailer. They got a new trailer. Hey, guys, everybody that's watching tonight, let's give a round of applause for that new trailer. All right. Moving on,
Re-
Leah. Moving on.
Remember, for
God
everybody
bless.
watching, this is our opinion and our opinion only. Any hate mail directed towards Ryan. Now, on
Hmm.
that note, Noel Raymond says, I must have a look at that location. Ryan, yes, have a look at Verlar, Belgium. You will see we are right in the De Vermont, right in the heart of it. If you've ever been to the Lear Market, how far is the Lear Market,
Ricky,
It's
Ryan? 10
it's
kilometers?
about 12. Yeah, it's about 12 minutes with the car, and I've done it by bicycle. It's 29 minutes by bicycle.
it's on a Huffy, 18 speed Huffy.
The
No, I
Lear
got.
Market's a 29-minute bicycle ride. So if that gives you any idea where we're located, I'm sure you will see as the season goes on exactly where we are. We'll do our own little
Oh,
finish line map. David Tracy says 429. The last three flights line up. I like that. Graham Moore says, well, at least you would know where they were let go from. LOL. Agreed. I just want to show here the 892. The 892 was our first in the loft to clock on Saturday. You guys want to talk a little bit about him? I'll show the video. I got a cough. Back.
yeah. Make her a full screen, though. We don't need to see me on the 892. Here you go. Watch. We're going to see this old 892. Take a look at the third bar on this guy. Look at the head on him. He is one hell of a nice fish. See it. Just looking at him. He looked good. Uh, Again, in 2023. He's on a new training program, handling it very, very well. Ricky knows the pigeons. He handles them every day. I will ask Ricky momentarily here what he thinks of the 892. But look at the nice wing. Again, very, very buoyant, these pigeons. But the third bar, and he's got that scary looking face that I really, really like. Ricky, what do you think of the 892?
Super pigeon. He blows out. Yeah, I basket them always in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So they sit in the van here because I leave here at 4:30 in the morning. So I do it in the evening. Go pick them up around 8 o'clock, and he balloons out just beautifully. The keel is nice and pink.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super,
And,
super, super.
and the first race of the season, flying against the four old cocks in Noyon. For the first race, he was first. He was first last weekend. The next week, he went to Quirin. And where was he there? He was 12th, not as good. The week after that, we moved him back to Noyon. He was sixth. And then last week before this race, the 892 was, where was he running here? 892. He was sixth. So a very, very consistent pigeon. He's got that look. He's got the look of the 411. I didn't ask Lars if they're related, but if you look at the 411 and the 892, if I am correct, they're almost two peas in a pod. They're not big pigeons, eh? How would you describe for people wondering, Ricky? Because you handle them every day. You single toss, double toss, put them in groups of four. How do you find the bodies? How would you describe them?
Very, very buoyant. They're like I describe it. It's like they feel like an empty tall boy beer can. The very buoyancy, but yet in the body, you could feel the muscle in it on the birds.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
uh,
saying?
you're saying they're not like our Van Reets. They're more like the 1038. More
That's
that
right.
style. More
Yeah,
long, more light, more.
not deep, not I call it carcassy feeling.
Yeah.
They're not deep at all. The keel is very nice and like the bottom of an aircraft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but again, guys, you can go over to our website for this elite pigeon auctions. You can scroll down, you can pick it to win it. Hey, take the 885, take the 502, but don't miss that 429. I got a feeling on 429 this week. Leah, anything in the queue, or do we just keep going?
Oh, nothing in the queue, but I did, if you wanted me to, I could
Mhm.
show the arrival on Saturday
Yeah,
of the first couple birds. If you guys just want to watch it and maybe just talk your way through it, would you like me to do that?
yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Remember,
And
guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let's pull this up here. There we go. Race day from Saturday. Again, now we were racing from 190 miles from Melun, France, 306 kilometers. And I'm just, you're going to see when the screen enlarges, if you look closely, we weren't even really paying attention, Ren, when the birds
well,
arrived.
we had nobody there. Ricky got there a little bit behind.
So
Hey,
you're going
guys,
to see in here. Go ahead, Ren.
Ricky is a true pigeon man. He had to stop and get some beer to watch this, and I don't disagree. That's what I would do too with that kind of weather. But
Well,
look
hey,
here.
if
Yeah,
you're in Belgium, you do as the Belgians do. Belgians always drink beer when they're waiting for their birds.
true. Now, looking at this loft, you're
Hold
gonna
on.
see
There
the.
we go.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
coming here now. We're coming here now. It's right like
All
any
right.
second now. I think Ryan, you look down, and then the bird comes. I hope. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. There he
One
is.
and
There he
two.
is. Two together. Two together. Now, look. There it is. You're gonna see a cox go to the right. That's the old cock because the old cock's trapped to the right. The yearlings all trapped to the left. So the yearlings trapped to the left of the man door. The old cock's trapped to the right. Again, we're not there with droppers. We're blowing time, burning positions. But there goes that 2-year-old cock or 3-year-old cock in. And then the next cock, oh,
Yeah, you see him? He's still there. The
yeah,
the
yeah.
892 has gone in, and now this is the next one, which I can't remember. I can't remember who it was. Look at the list, Ryan. Who's there? We go.
Oh, was it 411? I don't know. I'll pull it up here. Let me pull it up. Unbelievable.
And then they came like bang, 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 right?
Yeah, they come real. Hey, we were so happy, me and Lars, we were talking and said, this is working great. And he's never played this style of training. He says there's no Belgian ever that's done this. And hey, he found the first guys to do it. So we're doing it. And he's happy. And we're working with birds on a different system for the long distance. We can't wait to see here in the end. But the 446 was second, followed by the 411, 413, 420, 416, 426. The seventh place pigeon still hasn't been picked, guys. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And my 502 is 12th. We got comments. What are the comments, Leo?
Jeff Henderson said, "How is Ricky Seven enjoying his time in Belgium training with Lars? That he has a smile on his face 24 hours a day." Loftman's Richard, how has it been? Are you living your best pigeon boss life?
I sure am. Yeah. Every day I'm going training the days I can. Now that the races are on, we'll skip. It's on Saturday. We're going to skip Sunday this week. We go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, he's going to be shipping for the Saturday race. Yeah, it's great fun. Training. The worst day I had training this year is it had 4 hours. I had to sit for 4 hours in heavy. It was heavy fog. I won't let him go in heavy fog. So I sat for 4 hours till the fog started to lift. But the rest of it, it's been great. Um, I never look at the weather for the next day. Tomorrow morning, I'll be in that truck at van. I mean, at 4:30 in the morning. I drive out there if it's pouring rain, whatever. And when I get there, if it's pouring rain, I don't liberate in pouring rain. I'll sit and wait. Yeah, a lot of people will say, "Oh, it's going to rain tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be this. Oh, I'm not training. I'm not training. I'm not
Big
like that."
mistake. Big mistake. Big mistake. Get out there. You'll find the patches in the sky. And by the way, the more you train the pigeons, the better they get. Can you
That's
imagine,
right.
eh? Could you imagine? Ronaldo was so good, but when it rained, the coach wouldn't put him on the field ever. So he never knew what wet grass was. Well, if he was never on wet grass, then he's useless. But if you put him on wet grass, dry grass, mud, sand, snow, you put him on all that shit. That's why he's Ronaldo. Have you ever heard Ronaldo say, I can't play today, it's raining?
I've
What do you
never
got,
heard him
Sydney?
say that.
I never
Oh, I
heard
know.
him say that.
I'm asking the audience this.
Even when he comes over here and shoots the shit with me, he never ever says I had to run in the rain.
Yeah, we got comments. What's the comments, Leah?
The great DDJJ2403 over on YouTube says, "Speaking of Van Reet, are they still around?"
Yeah, they'll still be around. I don't know. I don't know. Everything evolves, though. You know, I, people like the old bloodline, the Jansons and all that old stuff. But everything's you got to move with the times. I think you got to move with the times.
I don't think anyone here in this country has one uh, line of birds like Van Riet's or the Jansons or whatever. They may have a little Jansen in there, but they have other lines in there as well. They don't look at so much saying, I got to get some Van Riet's. They don't look at it like that. They look at it, I got to pick up a bird that's got this kind of a record, the performance record. If it doesn't have performance, they won't take it.
Yeah. Hey, Chris Clarebot showed me one time a pigeon he spent, I think, 5 or 6 thousand euros on. It had no pedigree. And he said, take a look at the race record. And it had like 7 firsts, right? And he said, there we go. I don't know what it is. But guess what? It can flat out win. And you know what? I'll try and breathe that into my bird and let's see what it does. But people are get so caught up in, the name, the name, the name, the name. You need good pigeons. Forget the name. You find the good ones. But, when you get to loft, and we can use a loft like Sorel Lambrecht, the 501. Somebody wants everything off the 501, the 501, the 501. He's getting a lot of good results off it. But not every loft has these big, they're not big commercial names. So you find good pigeons, but not from commercial lofts. But you have to know where you're going. That's very hard. Back to you, Leah.
Agreed, Ryan. Yep, agreed. No
Yeah,
comments
you
from the queue
agree.
here. Queue here yet.
God, what's
Sorry,
what's
caught me off
wrong with
guard
these
there.
people? When I'm doing the show, I got comments I can barely read. Tonight, I think everybody's afraid to attack me. Tomorrow, John's gonna say to me tomorrow, hey, Leah, what did you
What?
do, right? Oh no.
Oh
You attacked
boy.
them.
Not
Attack them.
attack. No, it's not about attacking. It's about just expressing opinions. And why, in this day and age, are we not allowed to express opinions? Whether you agree with it or not, that's fine. Everybody's allowed their opinion. And just because maybe we have a platform doesn't mean we have to hide our opinion because perhaps it might hurt somebody else's feelings. We are real. We've been real since day one. We've been doing this shit for 8 years, and we've been real since day one. This is, you take it or you leave it. If you don't like that realness, or you don't like our opinions, you don't have to like our opinions. It's fine. If you don't like the way we say it, you can always watch something else. It's totally fine. I'm fine with that. There's a lot of stuff that I watch and a lot of stuff I don't watch. The great thing is you have the choice, and we're certainly not going to curb our opinions or how we feel or how we express ourselves because it hurts a couple people's feelings. I don't know. Grow a tougher skin? I'm not quite sure. We've always been this way. We always will be this way. That's it.
Listen, I'm going to give you guys a tip. If you want to really raise pigeons, okay, you get a cigarette and you ignite it, and then you put it out on your skin. Okay, you're at that. That's the first step. When you're really ready for it, you do it with a cigar. Then you're ready to handle it because you got the skin to do it. And in pigeon racing, guys, everybody is so touchy and soft and gentle. It's just getting to be a little bit too, I don't know, a little bit too. Come on, it's okay. It's like training them in the rain. Train them, the weather's not perfect. Get out there and train them. Work those pigeons. I got to give a big shout out to a good friend of mine, David Tracy. You know what? He's doing great. What is he doing? Quiet. Puts the birds down the road. Work, work, work. David, this week now, push harder. Watch what your birds do. And he's getting great results. Van Zoren birds, great results. This week he comes back, Van Heen, great results. Frank Wildwin, Leah, back to you.
Frank Wildwin says hello, family. Of course, Frank Wildwin, our big pick it to win it winner on our first week doing it, which was not this past Saturday, but Sunday before, won it. Congratulations to you, friend. Hopefully, you got your picks in for this week. Jeff Henderson says, keep telling the truth. Ryan and Ricky, people today are too soft. Amen and hallelujah, Jeff Henderson. I agree 100%. We've got 9 votes over in our poll. If you haven't voted over on YouTube, or you want to, let us know in the comments. Have you started road training your young birds yet? Out of 9 votes, we have 22% of you said yes. 78% of you have said no. What about over on Facebook? Have you started? You haven't down the road yet? Let us know in the comments. Back to you.
Oh, the 22%, they're starting to get closer to winning. I know that. The other ones are, it was fun on our Australian group, and I want to talk about this to Jeff Henderson. I don't know. You guys are messaging at all hours. And And sometimes I'm looking, sometimes I'm not. And I look today, I see a big group of pigeons. And why the hell are these guys training these birds in such big groups? Remember that I said in Collins, why loft fly 150 pigeons together? You're getting small leaders even in loft flying. Break the groups down. Hey, if you have 100 pigeons, put 25 red rings, 25 blue, 25 yellow, 25 this. In the morning, get up. All the yellow rings go out today. Tomorrow, all the red. Break the groups up. Break the birds up. Break, 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 break. And you want to know what? The pigeons become smarter, even in loft flying. And in training, 100%. Once you train them a few times in a big group, forget it. You want to work in small groups. Small, make them smaller, make the thinkers think. Lars said, Ricky, did he not say this? I never had birds come such in a line. Did he say it?
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, our training, what was the method? Twos, threes, fours, ones, one, six, twos, threes, fours, one, one, two, three, four. Small groups, right?
Yeah. The largest group there training last week was Thursday, and I just split them in half, 8 and 8. Today was four. I did it in fours, right? Sometimes I'll do it in threes, and then maybe once a week I'll do it in ones, right?
Yes. It,
Yeah.
it keeps
And
the birds thinking.
I'll tell you, I've been watching Sorrel uh, working his birds, and I'll see him in the afternoon. He'll take he'll loft fly them in groups of threes. He let
Okay.
out three birds. Bird will loft fly. Uh, Maybe 10 minutes. These three will come. Soon they land. They go in. He waits a few minutes. He lets out another three birds, and that is. Uh, you let out a whole group even of 25 birds. There's always a couple birds in that group. You watch them turn, they'll be the same couple birds. They're actually leading the group, right?
But you're not thinking. He just wants the pigeons to get used to going around a bit and coming with no birds. Hey, I'm going to go meet Mike and Tony. And Mike always goes into the restaurant first. We all follow him. We all follow him. We all follow him. He's creating pigeons landing on their own, landing in a small group, different ideas. Training in a big group, to me, right? If you're going to waste your time driving down the road and you take them 60 miles, let them all out together. You know what I say? Boy, you really wasted your time today. Really wasted your time. Because the leaders will lead, the dummies will follow, and you might have a good toss, you might have a bad toss. The best thing you can hope for in that situation is to get all mixed up and it's an all-day toss. Those are your best tosses. Leah, I know there's comments coming in. People are throwing stones to you.
Tomatoes, not stones. Rotten tomatoes. I'm kidding. Jeff Henderson says his young birds are out to 50 kilometers. Now, reminder everybody, Jeff Henderson is in Australia, and I believe they race in their winter season, right? Not their summer season. So, Jeff, when is your first young bird race of the season? Let us know in the comments. But he's got his out to 50 kilometers. Back to you, Ryan.
Huh? You know, I'm going to say something. Big numbers are great, but if you cannot give, what makes in all honesty, what makes a Michelin star restaurant so great? Michelin star restaurant has 10 tables or 6 tables, and they bang out uh 2 dinners a night for they do 12 dinners or 20 dinners. Okay, if it's a 10 table restaurant, they do a 5:30 and they do an 8 o'clock. But it's pristine. It's perfect. They give you that number one feel because they can control it. It's not like going to the Outback Steakhouse where there's 72 tables and Janet, she just got dumped by her boyfriend and she don't give a shit and she's serving the food and then Mike's in the back. He's half blown out on cocaine. He don't know what the fryer. He left the shit in the fryer. That shit's going on. That shit. That's a big mob restaurant. That's shit. But when you get to that Michelin, and Sorel Lambrecht, he's that kind of guy. Go there and take a look. He's that kind of guy. You're getting Michelin style racing. You're getting the very best. So sometimes these guys are going to have 10-inch dick. Listen, a 4-inch will do if you just know how to work it. But you got to know how to work it. Leah, back to you.
Quite sure what to say about that, Ryan, but Jeff Henderson says starts the 30th of May. Well, we will be following along. Jeff, make sure you let us know how you are doing. Can't wait to hear about it. Guys, speaking of racing, if you are wondering about our fantastic summer of fun racing in Belgium, over on our website, if you'd like to see who graciously our Feathers Leap breeders have donated teams to us, I believe we have three more teams, Ryan, to get in. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's three more teams that have
Yes.
to drop their birds off, or three more breeders that have to come into the loft. You can see it over on our website, feathersleappigeonauctions.com. You can see all of the great breeders who have donated teams for us to race in Belgium. Of course, Enemy Van He, Anders Broback, Bosmans and Leakins. We've got Dan Rego participating, David Peters, Eddie Anson, Emil Denny, and Dina Sirens is joining us, which is great. Gino Click. We've got Guy Van Daura. We've got Jos Goosen. We've got Lars Lusberg. We've got Team Lambrecht's family, which is our next door neighbors there in Belgium. We've got everybody's fan favorite, Marcel Kuhlmans. We've got Team Maris Racing Pigeons, of course, Franz and Dirk. We've got the Milvik joining us. We've got Mark Pollen from Mark and Geers Pollen joining us. We've got Stable and Sons from the Netherlands. We've got Stefan Lambrechts. We've got Sonia Vandermeulen. We've got a special team of Van Lars. And we've got, of course, combination Van Zoren. If you're wondering where are the birds, if you scroll up on the page, you will see right at the top, we've got birds. If you click on birds, you're going to see all the birds that so far we have entered into our loft. So far we have 118 athletes. I believe at the end of it we should have around 150 to go to battle with this season. In the next couple of weeks, you will also notice over on our website that we will start going to be working on the videoing and the photography. So you'll actually be able to see videos and photos of all of our athletes. And coming up soon, probably by the end of May, there will be a way for y'all to get involved in this, which we are also super excited about. So guys, make sure you're following us along all season long, and you too can fly in Belgium right along with us. The great DDJJ2403 says, I remember Joe Namelka says that people are collectors of pedigrees rather than results. I believe him. What do you guys got to say about that?
Sure, 100%.
Paper can't fly. Paper can't fly.
Hey, Ricky, let's think about this. You got a 1969 numbers matching Mach 1. It is beautiful, isn't it? It's beautiful.
Sure is. Yeah.
Now, let's go to the rental dealer in Belgium. Let's get a Toyota Corolla. Speed. Real pile of shit, eh? Cloth seats, power windows. It's got the dash, all that shit on there. She just smoked that old Mustang right off, eh? Smoke her
We'll
right
smoke her
off.
right off. You got nowadays these cars they're putting out there's they got 700 horsepower or 1400 horsepower. That's the real car of today. The only problem is it doesn't sound like a 69 Mustang Mach 1, but
And,
people ask me, "Oh, that's a beautiful." Yeah, it's wow.
yeah,
It was the car of 1969. Well, how much horsepower has it got? It's got 350 horse. Well, in 69 that was a car. That's a car
yeah,
that, yeah,
and, and between 69, 5 or 6 years in that zone, it was a top dog. But then shit gets better and better and better and better, and fuel injection, all this shit. And guys, it's the same thing with pigeons. You want modern day racing machines. You want it. I know you feel good. I love Van Reets. I still would buy a Van Reet today. I buy it to look at it. Boy, he's a beautiful mealy Van Reet. Oh, I like him. Oh, he's nice. I'm not going to go to battle with him. Because you want to know why? He don't have it. He doesn't have. He don't have it. I just know he doesn't have it. Hey, look at Ricky. We had some fun, didn't we? We scratched our heads. We put into those pigeons of ours enough to do a lot of damage with their long distance pigeons, right?
that's right.
They can't, I'm not saying that they're bad. They're great. They're going to be, and we've talked about this. Let's see how this improves them at the end. This is what we're looking at. But we couldn't do nothing against Sorel Lambrechts. We couldn't do nothing against any of them in the sprint racing. They're just not those pigeons.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And
Oh,
they
so
are.
guy,
You can see them. They're slowly every week getting
moving
up
up.
that ladder.
And here's something, guys. Think about what you're buying. When you go out and you buy an Emil Denny's pigeon, you're buying a pigeon, or you're buying a Milovich, or you buy those pigeons. They're slower paced pigeons. The whole thing's slower paced. When you're buying Sorel Lambrechts and Stefan Lambrechts a little bit different. Sorel's even more speed, but Stefan Lambrecht's speed and more to the a little more heavy middle distance. So there's a difference. I didn't think there was until we've tried it. I tried it. I will not go out and buy long distance pigeons and put them and fly against sprint pigeons. It ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna. You know what you're gonna do? Spin your wheels.
It's the same as anything. You don't go buy a Belgian workhorse and try and put it on the track to run against the thoroughbreds. It's two different horses. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
What?
yeah, and I think people get caught up in this. They think, well, oh, they can do it, they can do it, they can do it. Maybe in a tailwind you'll show up and you'll get a little bit of a glimpse of magic. Okay, great. But overall, we've tried it. We pushed them. These pigeons should be, in my opinion, way ahead. But they're not asleep. They're very steady. They're consistent. This week we're going to go to battle, and I got a feeling within 30 minutes you're going to have 10 to 12 pigeons home again. That's working very good. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. You don't take a you don't take a you take a retriever dog. He likes to retrieve. He's been bred to retrieve, right?
Hmm.
You don't take a beagle won't retrieve. He's bred to put his nose down and run rabbits or run deer. Um, you know what I'm saying? They're bred for that. Uh, I never seen anybody go hunting with a German Shepherd.
You,
So
you,
yeah,
I'll tell you something, and this is what I will say to anybody. When you race in Belgium, there's one most beautiful thing. You can go and race against a sprint master like Sorel Lambrex, and you won't see him at Barcelona. You're not going to see him there. You're not going to see him in the middle distance. You're not even going to see him in Bourges, but you will see him at Noyon and Ivrea, and he is the very best at it. Right? You're going to see that. And when you race in Canada or in the United States, you can never, ever, 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 ever figure out what are your sprint pigeons, your middle distance pigeons, and your long distance pigeons. You'll never figure it out because you send all the pigeons the same way every week. You know how many times we've done it? We took Van Reets, we won 400-mile races, didn't we?
Yep.
But that's not what they were for.
No. No. If
So,
you get Mr. Van Reet here and tell him that you did that with his strain of pigeon, he would just laugh at you, shake his head, and say, "Boy, you don't know what you're doing. Those pigeons aren't meant for that."
this is what I'm saying. I don't know. People have said to me before, bring Canadian pigeons or American pigeons to Belgium. I don't think they buy them. I think they're going to look and say, "What is this shit? What are we looking at? What are we looking at?" There's no consistency at anything. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Leah, Jeff has a comment. Back to you.
Jeff Henderson says, and before we get to Jeff Henderson, and you're talking about racehorses, and I just wanted to give a huge congratulations to the Kentucky Derby winner, first woman trainer to win the Kentucky Derby this past weekend. Bravo. First in history to be done. Excellent, excellent job. Jeff Henderson says, how is Marcel going with the sprint races? Before you guys answer that, also to let you guys know that we're hoping to be able to hit a few of our breeders' races and perhaps do a little videoing on their arrivals throughout the summer as well. It is our plan, it is our hope to try and get to a few of them on their race days so you can kind of catch the action from their finish line live on race days. So just something to look forward to, guys. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do so. Hit that notification bell so you know every time that we go live. But how is Marcel's going with the sprint? How's he doing?
Marcel's doing quite well, but again, he's always about half a minute to a minute behind Sorel. Um, he lives a stone's throw away. It's just to say, Sorel, like Ryan said, uh, he's a real specialist type of a person. Marcel doesn't put in as much time, but he still puts time. But yeah,
I'm going to say this. It's a little bit of an unfair advantage because Marcel doesn't have what Emile Denis says you need. Emile Denis says when you're an old man, when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, you're not. You need young men. And he's got Carl, he's got Bart, he's got his young sons to keep him motivated, keep him pushing, push, 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 push. Marcel doesn't have that. And you can see it through the results slightly. The birds are the same. It's just a little bit more work. And again, guys, the guy who goes to the gym at 6 in the morning, lunch, and at 6 at night, and he's working on different things, and he does that, he's going to win. He's going to beat the guy that goes to the gym at lunchtime. He's going to beat the guy that goes to the gym at lunchtime and at 6 o'clock at night. He's going to beat him because he's working, working, working. And the Lambrex family, they eat, sleep, and race. That goddamn shirt, Leah, they should all have that tattooed on their backs. That's what the Lambrex are. The whole colony of them. That says Lambrex. Eat, sleep, race, that's Lambrex. That spells Lambrex. Back to you. There's more
But
comments.
before I get to David Tracy's comment, you said that he's about 30 seconds off the pace of Sorel Lambrex. That is doing absolutely fantastic because the amount of birds that he is competing against, not just Sorel, but the whole vast majority of them, 30,000, 20,000, whatever it is, and to be only 30 seconds, off the pace of Sorel Lambrex. Marcel's got some damn good pigeons right there. But I would agree with you, Ryan. I would agree with you on that. It is basically like three against one, right? Because Marcellus himself and the Lambrex, they are a team of three. They are a team of three. Let me get to the
Listen,
comments. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
yeah, you want to beat Sorel Lambrex, Marcel? I'll work with you, and Ricky will work with you. We'll work. The damn pigeons climb right up. Because you want to know why? We're going to add a little bit of horsepower to your program. That's what it needs. That's all it lacks. The quality of the pigeons is 100% there. I will tell you guys. Marcel's pigeons, top quality. Remember, he's working himself against three other guys. Go read your comments, Leah. Back to you.
David Tracy says, got a question for Hendo. Does he wear his special suit when he waits for the birds to return from the races? I do not have a photo of Hendo's special suit, David Tracy, so I won't be able to show it. But speaking of Hendo and his special suit and David Tracy, or just a little side note here, David Tracy, the Australians are coming back for another round of Pigeon Boss tours in October, at the end of October. There is one spot available, David Tracy, and you might have a fine time with Frank Wildwind and Jeff Henderson. You might want to talk to Sherry about that. Father's Day is coming. And I'm sure your birthday is
Yeah?
just around the corner, and she might want to buy you a little ticket for that. That would be a great threesome, I think. David Tracy, Jeff Henderson, and Frank Wildman. That would be a great time. One American and two Aussies. Oh, and a crazy Canadian. That's you, Ryan. That's you.
And
Graham, go ahead, Ryan.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's
We'll
okay.
say
Go ahead.
David. One thing great. My two Australian brothers, Frank and Hendo, they are so much fun. Okay. They eat, sleep, race pigeons. You can talk pigeons. It's so much fun. And it's so great at the house. If you can get your passport, if you can get your shit together, just buy Tracy a Danish and let it come together. Back to you, Leah.
Graham Morris has some class pigeons right there. He's talking about our fantastic breeders who have donated their pigeons to us this season. Oh, you just wait till you see Graham Moore. You just wait till you see. It's going to be quite a summer. The great DD2403 over on YouTube says, so do you guys not believe in crossing a sprint pigeon to long distance birds?
Okay. Now, when you fly in Canada, you go 100 miles, 130, 175, 225, 260, 300, 350, 400. You go up. Okay. So when I'm talking to Lars about his pigeons, I says, Lars, I don't understand. Franz and Dirk Morris, I can see them. They're ahead of us in the results. He says, yeah, they started with sprint pigeons and stretch them out longer. But he said, when my pigeons are longer and they hit harder days, I'm ahead of them. So Lars has built his pigeons long distance backwards, the other way. I think it's good to mix sprint to middle, but I think if you're going to fly anything, Friends and Dirk Morris, they started sprint, they stretched the sprint to middle. They, they took the middle to middle long. Maybe they added a pigeon or two to get a little bit longer, and boom, they still have the speed in those pigeons. I think you're better to go that way than go from long distance backwards. I think it's harder because you can only judge your pigeons at the beginning of the season. And Dirk and Franz Morris, they've had some very good results already in the sprint races. This is just what I've seen. Anyways, back to you, Leah.
Oh, Jeff Henderson says that can be organized. David Tracy, it can be organized. No doubt, Jeff Henderson, no doubt. I'm not sure. Jeff is watching over on Facebook. The comments over on Facebook have crapped out. I don't know. It says the Facebook stream has ended, but I don't think it has. We are still watching over on YouTube, guys. Join us over on YouTube. If you're not watching over on Facebook, 11 votes now in our Have You Started Road Training Your Young Birds Yet? 27% have said yes, 73% have said no. What are you guys doing right now at our race loft in Belgium? We are doing some breaking, I believe. Is that correct? We're taking some birds in still. We're doing a little bit of breaking. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. So the birds are going. Oh, the birds that about 75 of them. Today was their second day out, and we got some rain again, which is good. Uh, Yesterday, I was excited when I seen the rain, and even Alfred, when he was here, Van Zorn, he said, "Oh gosh, beautiful! It's raining. Let them out. Let them out in the rain." So they haven't done much flying. A little bit of mosquitoing around, a few loops, but they'll slowly get into it. And so far, I've had very good luck.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Yeah,
Definitely.
very,
We are in
very good.
the beginning stages here at the moment. As I said, starting next week, we will be starting to bring you some coverage from the race loft so you guys can watch us and get involved. Ryan, I'm not sure what happened with his phone, but I will ask you this question, Loft Manager Richard. Escapist over on YouTube asks, when you guys check for muscles in a pigeon, do you check the softness of the muscles or the length? And what do you consider good muscles?
I check for a firm but a little spongy feeling. I check for it should feel like an apple. You got the keel bone, and then on each side of that keel bone should have a little bit of a roll to it, and it goes down the whole keel of the pigeon. That's what I check for.
Okay, Brian has just come back on. We're just going to let him adjust his camera, and I'm going to ask him the same question. For some reason, I'm hearing myself. Hopefully, you guys aren't getting the echo. But I am. To the other side, Ryan. Don't know why I'm getting the echo. Do you hear me echoing? Loft Manager Richard?
No, I don't.
Okay, well now
Now I hear myself.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you did
I'm-
there, Ryan, but somehow we're echoing. I'm not sure. Hopefully you guys don't hear the echo. Go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, sorry about that. I had an issue. What was the question?
Escapist over on YouTube asks, when you guys check for muscles in a pigeon, do you check the softness of the muscles or the length? And what do you consider, what was the rest part? Good muscles.
You want to, it's got to feel like a bicycle tire. You want to feel the length of it. Sure you do. You want to feel everything. You want to feel it's good and it's spongy, but it feels
If it's
good.
nice underneath, the muscle on each side should be a nice pinkish color. Shouldn't be scaly. Shouldn't be scaly. You should see that keel bone looking nice and I'd say not white but creamy looking in color. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. But you want to the muscles got to feel that nice sponginess come back good. You feel it good. It feels like your forearm. Feel your forearm. That's what you want to
right.
feel. And no matter what kind of pig you are, everybody got a forearm, and that's how she's got to feel. Bicycle tire.
You can feel it right away when you got your what should I say, your fingers. Put it in your hands and you'll feel it right away. You touch on either side of the keel, and it'll actually balloon. It's almost like a balloon type feeling.
Yeah, you feel it. You feel it come right off the keel bone.
Yeah,
It's something you guys
yeah.
got to feel. But
It's not flat to the body. It comes off the keel bone, uh, appley feeling. Yeah.
Leah. we look on the shows. If you guys watch our shipping shows, okay, we're going to ship this Thursday with Lars. You're going to see some birds. He has to open the feathers up, and some birds before he pulls the bird up, you see the feathers already opened. That means
Muscle.
they're popping out.
They're
The Dolly Parton, her top's unbuttoned. It's popping out. That's
balloon
what you
out.
want to look for. Anyways, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That is right. This week we will be shipping on Thursday because in Belgium, and that's another thing we've learned, when they go stretch out to the middle distance, they start doing middle distance racing. They don't ship on the day before, they ship 2 days before to make sure all the birds get up to the release location and they don't have any problems. So shipping night will be this Thursday. I will put a post out. Will probably be around same time as last week, which was 5:30, I think, New York time. No, I lied. 5:30 Belgium time, 11:30 in the morning New York time. I got a lot of time zones going on in my head, but I'm pretty sure it's 5:30 Belgium time, 11:30 New York time. I'll put a post out. Make sure you guys join us for that. You'll see all 16 athletes that are going to the races this weekend for Lars. We show them to you before he baskets. We do a little motivating before he baskets. Last week he did a little yellow dropping before he baskets. So join us for that. It is also a fun time and a good way for you guys to get involved. Back to you, Ryan.
Hey, and you know what? Something fun. I'm going to get to handle the birds this week. I'm going to get to be there this week, and I'm going to get to take you guys to the club there this week. We're all going to go. It's going to be a little bit of fun. We're going to bring you guys because you know what? This is what it's about, right?
Not this
It's
week,
the
next week.
fantasy.
Next week you will. Not this week, next week.
I'm going to be there on Thursday.
Nah,
You won't be here by Thursday evening.
Friday
You'll be here
morning.
Friday.
Yeah, because of when you leave.
Oh, yeah, I'll only be at the rate. Okay, sorry about all that. But remember, we're still bringing
Disregard all
fantasy to
that.
reality. Go ahead. Go away.
Ryan will be there live at the finish line, like live in person at the finish line on Saturday. And also join us on Saturday because it's a very special day. It's Loft Manager Richard's birthday, and we're all going to sing happy birthday to Loft Manager Richard at whatever time zone you're in. For me, it's usually about 5 in the morning, but I will be there with bells on. Okay,
Very
Escapist
good.
now asks, do the muscles feel different on a short distance pigeon compared to a long distance pigeon? What's the
Well,
difference in the
sure.
handling from
Uh,
one to
uh,
the
uh,
other?
okay. Here's the thing you want to look at. Take a look at a sprint racer, okay? A sprinter. Besides Usain Bolt, almost every sprint racer is built the same way. They're going to be shorter, cobbier, more impact pigeons. Lars's pigeons are longer pigeons. The muscles are longer, not shorter. They're going to be longer. Is it right? Am I right, Ricky?
Yes, yes. They're longer cast.
That's right.
Longer cast.
That's why 99% of the biggest bodybuilders in the world, right? The mystery universes, they're 5'6", 5'8", 5'9". You don't see a 6'7" world Mr. Olympiad. You just don't see it very often. It doesn't happen. The muscles are long. Everything's different. Back to you, Leah. Oh, here's our man.
And I think also just getting back to that, I think you can also use the analogy of like a sprint runner versus a long distance runner. They're absolutely built differently. You see a sprint runner is usually a lot bigger, and a long distance runner is usually like very lean, very wispy kind of thing. Am I right or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, go and just type out and look at it. Just look at it. But okay, now remember, Usain Bolt is a freak. He's what do they say? An exception to the rule.
Yeah.
So you're going to have that. Just remember. Anyways, back to you, Leah.
Manuel Alfaro Farm over on Facebook asks, do you like calm birds or birds who want to get out of your hands?
I like a calm bird in the loft. Uh, I like a pigeon in the hands that has a little bit of fight to him. So, what would you say, Ryan?
You know what? I think when you know your pigeons enough, you know how they are. But I think when you hold the pigeon, you put them in your hands, those first few seconds, you feel it. I don't want to feel something that wants to go, 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 go. I don't want to feel that. I want to feel calm. But when I hold that pigeon up, I want to see the head. I want him to look to see how he's looking, how he is around. Okay? That's what I want to see. I don't know if I want complete fire in my hands, but I think the fire in the hands, I think that's bullshit.
But you like a little bit of fight in the hands, a little bit of fight. Not an idiot.
Oh,
Not
okay.
not not something that's throwing his things up and acting like an idiot. You want a little bit. You want to feel a little bit of energy
Live,
there.
living. A little bit of living is
Yeah.
good, but I want to overall see feel the vibration, good muscles, strong arm, hold the head up, head looks good, touch his beak. Don't do that. Maybe you want to open his eye up a bit. No, I don't want that. Okay, he's living. I like that. I don't. The same thing. I don't really like young cockbirds that are going up and down and dancing around like a bunch of idiots. I like a calmer cockbird. The more idiotic, the more unfocused. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Hey,
If
hey,
you if you're having widowhood cocks, I mean, they should be all in their box, just looking at you. If you've got one that's flying from the box to the window sill and cooing and going back to the box and back and forth, he's a nervous idiot.
I'll give some credit. I watched Paul McAloney take a new style of pigeons on, and I'm watching him play with them. And I'm going to say this. I don't know the competition on where he's playing or whatever. He's doing a very, very, very good job. The birds are reacting good, acting. The hens act good. The cocks act good. He's in sync with the pigeons, and I think a lot of people remembering to get in sync with those pigeons, you need between 40 and 60 hours a week. That means training, feeding, cleaning, glove flying, rubbing their chest. I said to Lars already, we have a problem. What? You're not fighting with the cocks in the boxes. That's to get them a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You have to push, push, push. And
And
every stone, as Mike Gannis, the Pope, would say, and he said it right, every stone you unturn, you get a little bit better, inch
if
by
you're
inch by inch.
if you're playing with your cockbirds in the box, always make him win the fight.
True.
Never make him feel like he's a loser. What I'm saying is, you don't have to uh, beat him down with your hand. It's not that. He always has to win. He gives you a smack in the hand, and you pull back, makes him feel like he's winning for that box. You maybe give him a little push, and he pushes you back. You make him feel like a winner. Would you agree?
Yes. And it's the same thing. We watched Lars. We talked about the 413. He said the 413's hen's no good for him. She's not calm enough in the box. Now, what did Lars do? He switched the hen. Now the cock's calmer in the box. That's called pigeon racing. That's called, like you said, fighting the cock, letting him win, adding fighting to the boxes, doing this, doing that. It's called playing the games, unturning the stones. Guys, we didn't talk about giving them drugs, did we? We didn't talk about all that shit. We talk about small little incentives, little bit of yes, you're good. Yes, you're good. Yes, you're good. You always remember with your team, with your business, with your whatever you're doing, positivity wins. Negativity never wins. You're a loser, you're a loser, you're a loser. You don't come home if you're a loser, are you? Losers fail. You're a
If,
winner. Maybe you didn't win. You're a winner. You're a winner. Keep pushing the positivity.
if you ever see another cock get into a cock's box, I like to see there's going to be a little bit of a fight because the one cock's going to say, "This is my box, and you don't deserve to be in here. Get out of here." But I'd never let two cocks have an argument about a box and let them fight to kill. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you
You,
let the cock fight them, but the
yeah,
cock that's got to lose, you pull him out.
yeah, that's right. That's right. You watch it. You say, "Okay, this is getting now." Yeah, pull that cock out. That he went in the wrong box. Pull him out, and the cock that owns that box, you'll see the, I should say, the joy
The
in him.
confirmation.
Yeah, the joy. I beat him. He's out, and he gets stronger and stronger and
and
stronger
and
about it.
and you're better to give that cock that wins that owns that box. You better give him 10 minutes. Let the other cock back it again. Let him win again. Let him win again. Let him win 2 or 3 times. You want to know why? You're saying to that cock, "I'm a winner. I can win, and I got to get home before this son of a bitch is back." But that's cocks, and I hate cocks. Leah, I hate cocks. Back to you.
I was looking through our team roster there and seeing we've got a variety of cocks and hens. Some teams sent all cocks, some sent all hens, and some sent a mixture of both. And I thought to myself, I wonder if the ones that sent all cocks, is that their strategy, or the ones who sent all hens, is that their strategy? I wondered that while I was writing the numbers in. Milton says, what do you both
Hmm.
think is better, flying only hens, flying only cocks, or widowhood for the fastest results? What's your opinion, Ryan? And then we'll get Loft Manager Richards.
Hey, here's the thing that people do. Cocks are good, but they're never going to be as consistent as hens. I think at shorter distance, your cocks are okay. But I think, and again, I'm talking to Lars about this. I'm pissed that we're not flying those damn hens because hens are more resilient. They bounce back. And another thing about a hen that's different than a hen doesn't sulk. Cocks sulk. Cocks get whiny. Cocks are a little more emotional than the hens. So what do I think? If you can fly them all, fly them all. If I was to really pick and say, away we go, I think I'm going to pick hens. And it depends on the distance of races. Those heavy middle distance, heavy middle distance, hens, hens, hens. What do you think, Ricky?
I agree on what you say. You know, we we think together the same. I think the hens are cockbirds can drift in the brain a little more. A hen is more consistent. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
for
hey.
example, just an example. Sorrel's flying only cockbirds, and when you're flying only cockbirds, um, you get a guy like me that happens to let my young birds out the wrong time, and a cock's coming from the race. It's easy for the cock to drift
Poison the
to
mind.
yeah to drift and maybe chase a young hen, or whereas a hen, she's totally focused on just coming home and getting in that loft.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I just think, and for non-professional guys, for non-professionals, I would go with hens. I would go with hens because you're gonna get a more balanced, stable in the mind pigeon. You you can look at young cocks and they're dancing on the board, they're dancing, oh yeah, we're dancing. They're all shit.
The
But
show
the cock that you got him in the hen section. You know that cock you put in the hen section? because you swear to God he's a hen, he's the one that comes. Because why? He's a bit calmer. He's a little different. And that's the one that comes. The crazy ones, they don't come.
Well, you got these cocks here. You that 406, and you put them in with four other pigeons in the basket. They got a
He's
basket
nuts.
that's split. He's nuts. He's a fighter. He wastes time, and I don't like that about the cock. But he's just
Hey, hold
you
on.
put
Hold
hens.
on.
You put hens in a basket.
Mm-hmm.
They won't bother. They won't do that. They won't. Cocks will do that.
Well, you know what? And I try and tell people this. That 406, you like it. He blows out nice. He looks good. He's been coming very, very good. But when he goes into the basket, he starts to burn himself out. And that's why he's not coming right to the top, right to the top, right to the top. And when you're flying hens, they go in the corner to sit there. They're very, very quiet, much different. So, guys, please listen. And same with the one lot phrase. You send at the beginning of a one lot phrase, I send hens. At the end, if you're sending at the end, California Classic, the last week, send cocks. Okay, go ahead. They're not going to be so stupid that all they want to do is,
So
because
what
that
I
don't
know
get you nowhere.
what you're saying is they're not going to be mature. Once those cocks start maturing sexually, they all they want to do is chase hens or uh, yeah. If you're going to one off race, you send a young cock. They always fly better before they're
And,
matured.
and if they do mature, they're not over the top. Oh, she looked at me. Not crazy. Oh, she looked at me. Oh, okay. Not crazy. Leah, you got comments.
Nelson Pigeonloft says, we are clocking Feathers Elite pigeons in Old Birds this year. Short race, 130 miles for me. I won the race. Fantastic, Nelson Pigeonloft. Well done. Please let us know your results. Email them to me. Let me know who they're out of. But that is fantastic. So nice to hear. Graham Moore says, hens always settle better in the crates. Well, yeah, they're girls.
That's
Enough said.
100%. You want to really see how it is? Uh, let's say take 4 or 5 youngsters. Let's say they're a month old, 5 weeks old. Put them in a basket, and then throw a cockbird in with them. Watch what happens. That cockbird will start pounding them, picking them, do whatever he's going to do. But if you take a hen and drop her in a basket with those, let's say, youngsters, everything will be all right. She doesn't act stupid.
No, and you know what she'll do? She'll end up start feeding them or helping them along. Now, hey, you guys pick what you want to do. Uh, we're I've talked to Lars already. Let's bring the hens on board. I like to fly those hens. He's got some very good hens. But this is what we're working with. And it's really, really fun to see how it's going. And it's something that flying Widowhood here in Belgium, it's real Widowhood. Real Widowhood.
You know what? I'll give you an example on these cocks I've been training.
Yeah.
I training them 10 kilometers in the beginning, right? 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 25. It was taking them an hour and a half to 2 hours to come from 10 kilometers. Okay, these cocks. Okay, what do you think they were doing?
Pumping.
They're flying around. They seen a group of birds there. Some guy's loft flying his hens, and they want to get in there and play around. If you take hens to those same tosses,
You have different results.
the hens are right. They don't play around. Just go straight home. Those cocks, yeah, they just drove. It was driving us nuts. So why is it taking them two
Well,
hours to
hey, hey,
come?
hey. Hey, I said to you today, Lars said to me, I can't figure out these goddamn cocks. I said, they're in super condition. Okay? They got condition like Hulk Hogan. You've locked them up for 2 days, and guess what? Uh-oh, Dad let me out. You know what we're gonna go do? We're gonna go tour. Let's go see what we can get into. And that's what it is. They're different in the brain. And it's the same thing as you say to me when you send that 406 to Cahors and he's 700 kilometers and he's 3 days in a basket. He spent 2.5 days like Rocky Balboa. He's useless.
When I'm letting them go in fours, uh, I take I take them out and I write their numbers down on the sheet. So these four are going at 8 o'clock. I
Yeah.
write their numbers down, and I put them into a separate basket which they can sit in, and they're look around. You know, that cock, that 406. I take him and I put him in the other half by himself,
So
and
he
the other three in the other
concentrates.
half. Because if I throw him in with those three, he's an idiot. And Lars and I have already discussed it. We already said I didn't think he was going to be as perform as well as he has been, just because of the way he is. Um, uh, but
Yeah, a
yeah,
little
he's
kamikaze
come.
in the brain.
Yeah, he's a yeah nutcase. You know. Uh, yeah.
Uh,
He's coming.
he's coming. And you know what? We're having fun. We're playing with Widowhood cocks on a long distance system, and Lars has done great. And you know what? He adapted to our system, which is tremendous, and he's enjoying it. So, Leah, what do we got in the comments before we wrap this up?
Yeah, but no more comments. Loftman Richard, I'm sure, will be back here momentarily. It is very late in Belgium, and Loftman Richard has some training to do tomorrow, bright and early. So we are going to wrap this show up. I wanted to get over to the poll over on YouTube and see what were our final votes. 14 of you voted. Have you started road training your young birds yet? 29% of you said yes. 71% of you said no. Well, thank you guys for taking part in this week's poll over on YouTube. Thank you guys for your questions and your comments. We really do appreciate it. What makes this show best when you guys put your input in, ask your questions. Doesn't matter what the question is. We like to come together as a community and talk pigeons, talk racing pigeons. The highs, the lows, the good, the bad, our opinions, your opinions, just like a regular pigeon club. So we appreciate you very much. And don't forget to head on over to our website, feathersleepigeonauctions.com, for this week's Pick It to Win It. I believe there are six left. I'll just throw that up in Loft Manager Richard's spot. Pick It to Win It for this Saturday live. Ryan and I will be live from the finish line over at Lars's, where we watch 16 team members of Lars's heading out to Angerville. I'm probably totally butchering the name, and I do apologize to the French people of the world for butchering the name, but that is where we are headed this Saturday. Angerville, France, 355 kilometers, 220 miles. We'll be live from the finish line, bringing you all the excitement. Ryan will be there in person. You'll hear my voice. Lafayette Rich will be there, and I think Lars will be there as well. Exciting day at the races for us on Saturday. And then next week, stay tuned to Feathers League. We're going to get into beginning of the training process of our team in Berlaar, Belgium. Super, super excited about it, and super excited to have you guys join us. It's going to be a great summer of racing. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap this up?
No, we're gonna do it again. On Wednesday, I will be on with John Timmerman for OLR or One Off Wednesdays. That'll be great. I'm sure I will hear about this. There you see it on the screen. Ricky, he's got to go to bed. He got about 2 hours right now to sleep, and it's not going to feel good for him. Ricky, tomorrow, single toss them all. Take your time and single toss. Again, Sony Vandermelen and Eugene Stable. And guys, the pick bird's going to close Has anyone picked? I don't know. We will find out. I will find out. But the 429 is still available.
All I
Wait.
want to say is
Oh, wait. Before you say
good
it, I got one
morning.
more question.
Good morning.
And then you can say your cheers. Hold on. Quick question. I want to get this in. Ryan, quickly, what are your thoughts on Chris Hebrick pigeons? Good. That's my thought. I know Xavier Verstrada is
This
best
year,
friends.
we will do Chris Hebrick auction at Feathers Elite. What do I think of his pigeons? Like Verstrada, sensational, phenomenal, world class, really world class pigeons. Hey, great name you picked. You didn't give me some yo-yo ding dong. Good name. I like them.
I agree.
Okay,
Ricky?
folks. All I want to
Okay.
say is good morning. I got a glass of orange juice.
Hey, Leah.
Yes.
Felt good with you on tonight. I think this works. Ricky, you did great. Audience, a little bit slow, but you'll pick it up. We're going to get back to it. Guys, we appreciate everything that you guys do watching our content. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please play on the Pick Birds. And guys, support us because you know what? We want to bring you the greatest pigeon pornography in the world. And you know what? We're trying our very best. We're giving 100%. And at that note, I'm going to say this: like, share, and subscribe. I'm Ryan. That's Richard. And you only hear her voice. She's not AI, Leah. That's Leah. Leah,
Yes.
wrap this shit up. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks for flying with us, guys. Bye for now.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Push the
night.
button. Good night. Good night.
Good
Good night.
morning. Good night.
Good morning. Good night.
Adios.
Goodbye.
Bye. Good luck. Keep ran.